Great. So here was Joseph, and actually, I was gonna look up our notes. So there's been a delay on this for various reasons. Um, yeah, here these notes here. Let me just pull these. And um, yeah, so I noticed that our last meeting on this was on October 1st. So I mean, that was a while ago. And we started on like I think and I'm pretty sure you were at the last meeting where we left it at this. Um, yeah, and we're using this as a bit of a guide. I'll post a link for you. Um, Mainly because there wasn't that much in terms of Phoenix, Elixir, and WebSockets, and the chat room, like the specific type of chat room that we're trying to create. Um, and so we're kind of going off of this, but we're definitely going to customize a lot because it's not exactly what we want. Um, yeah. So I guess what we could do is um, maybe open up Visual Studio and see where we are on this. And okay, so, 1 second. Here's the ticket we're working on. Here's the waffle board. Yeah, so I think I'll create like a live share thing. If here we go. So I do it like this, right? And I could stash these, but I'll just blow these away. Okay, and let's see. Actually, I'll do it from over here. Git pull. And let's see. Do you remember the branch name of this? So this would be 89. Okay, and I just want to push up to it. And I'll just catch it up. Git merge. Conflict on the app.js. Oops. Okay, so this. Yeah, this looks like it's just like a space thing, right? And plus. Oh, okay. Guess what I'll do is start up the server to see where we are. And actually, you know what I should have done first is let me go back here and let's see, let's see where. So I'll just stop this. While it's doing that, should we spy on Matt? He hasn't shared his YouTube.
I think you can still spy. You can click join and then don't join.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, I could do that.
But you'll see, like that doesn't help.
There's another way, right? So I could just go over here. And let's see, live events. I think it's I don't know. He might just be sitting over there. Oh, here it is. Let's see if anyone joined. Oh yeah, he's got. I don't know if he's coming by himself though.
Let's see here. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. We're like streaming another chat within this one. So npm audit. I just wanted. It's been a while since we've been on this one, so I wanted to run all the checks first. Um, yeah, I think it is him, just like, because he's not talking anymore.
He's working on website 1.
No, local support.
local
Local
I
support.
wonder if this is not to do with
Oh, and he's talking to
timing
himself.
issue.
Interesting.
He's streaming. He's what's Twitch. What's that called? Yeah, Twitch. He's practicing on his Twitch skills. Yeah. So here, usually I do this without thinking. I just go over here to this pending PR here, and I just run these instructions here. So next I can migrate. That's all good there.
All right, that's passing. Okay. Then if I say sleep 1, there.
Well, that's a running.
And
We're checking on Matt.
And again.
There's no comment box where you can.
Just trying to see if there's maybe a timing issue. Doesn't seem
No.
to be, at least.
Uh,
No, that didn't seem like it slept at all.
wait.
Okay. What page am I on?
This is a new thing where I'm not sure why.
Volunteer opportunities page. Cookies are approved. You should see one marker in the map. The marker should show the opportunities titled.
What is is the video on a loop or you're doing that?
VCR thing.
So
And am I generating VCR here?
it's running the test, but it's a new thing with the Chrome driver
Yes.
that it like interrupts
Oh.
whatever I'm doing.
So if I do this,
Oh, okay.
as and import user skills.
So it did not used to do this. It used to do this in the background. So we need to fix that, or find a. I think Daniel might have found a way to fix it.
The document has moved. Right.
See, hey, he's pretty good. I don't know why you're laughing. He's pretty good at talking to himself.
Yeah, like that's why I'm laughing.
He should get on Twitch like already, because he could get some fans, get a following.
Yeah.
Everything has changed. So this maybe hasn't been checked in, although that shouldn't affect it passing or not. Interesting. Thing. thing is here. I just closed the other files for some reason. I hate that about VCR.
Oh, we got one to this failure.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look closer into this. Because
I'm gonna rerun it. I think it's just a timeout.
I think anything we're doing with this should make it fail. Cucumber.
Yeah, this one, the Facebook one, sometimes times out. Yep, okay, so we're good there.
So they're all map stuff. Map, and coordinates. Interesting. Wonder if, yeah. Effective fund volunteer off 8 times, found 7 matches. Okay. I don't know about this one. And yes.
So he said he'd join at 30 past the hour. He's got 1 minute.
Copy this into here.
So this is what we had last time. I'll read it out for you, Matt. Currently failing.
Push this up first since I've updated the stuff. Yeah, so that's failing like that. Okay, so GST.
So let's do some commentary on Matt's Twitch skills.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like his use of aliases. Forget.
Hit push.
Wow.
Stream.
Yeah, I like how he's like
Whoops.
mentioning every command that he's going
That's
to type.
good. That's good. Yeah.
Push upstream. And this here. Copy. Paste.
Okay. He's copying skills.
So cool. I'm gonna head to another meeting.
It's not easy to copy from a terminal.
Hey, right on time. He's heading to this meeting, so we should welcome him here in a minute.
Yeah.
All right. So in the meantime, we have. Yeah. So we merged. We got it up to date. There was a little merge conflict. I think it was just extra space. And this is where we left it last time, like on October 1st.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Matt. Matt is here.
Good to see you. Long time.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hey, we were just saying, like, you know, you'd be good at running your own Twitch channel.
Really?
I don't know. We just had that. I just had that idea. I don't know. Joseph, why'd you think of that?
You know, I don't know. Maybe because he likes talking, like.
Yeah.
I mean, I just actually was like kind of talking to myself in the local support meeting, and then I was like, "This is boring. I'm gonna go join Joseph."
Oh, but you didn't say that. Forget that. Forget what I say.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer talking to other people than talking to myself.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
No, but we're just commenting how you're good at talking.
Yeah.
at talking, especially while you type your commands. It's pretty good.
That's like kind of the opposite of what Joseph was saying this morning.
Oh,
I don't know.
really?
With Joseph, we can rewind the tape. Joseph just said it a little bit ago.
Okay.
Because we were actually doing
this morning for not being able to multitask. Remember?
Oh, that thing. I don't know.
Anyway.
Yeah.
You're good at twitching.
Yeah, twitching.
Is that a word? Is that? I don't think so.
I mean,
it's a word. It's a word.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if it could cause confusion. Like.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of Twitch, like I wanna be able to catch Peter's Twitch on Fridays. But then I was talking to him this weekend. It's difficult because it's like now we have this like everything's kind of got pushed up for me. So it's like now I need to find. Anyways, I won't bore you with the details. But
No, yeah, it's fine. He's doing some
2 hours ahead, huh? You moved your clock 2 hours ahead still.
Well, like when we were normally doing the Briar Chat stuff, now everyone else has moved their like events to be at the same time for other people, which means that for me, I mean, I guess like I can move the Briar Chat stuff, but it was like, it's kind of like trying to coordinate with you, you know, it's kind of gets late for you, you know, but.
By the way, Ryder was doing some Twitch streaming, some
Really?
twitching. Yeah, not recently. We have like a channel. Here we go, Twitch.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So I'll just invite you guys there.
Nice. You should invite Peter as well.
Oh yeah, Peter.
He's actually has that event. Jeff. Yeah.
So I think it's not appropriate to not clue you in that we were spying on like the last like 5 minutes of your broadcast.
I mean, I felt like there was something about that, you know. I was spying on the first 5 minutes of your broadcast while I was waiting for to see
really?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Well, were you broadcasting it?
I don't know, 5 minutes. No. I because like I was waiting till 12:15, like my time, like no, not even 12:15, I guess 2:15 my time. I was waiting till like the 15-minute mark before like starting by myself. I don't know. I thought about just leaving at that 15-minute mark and joining you guys because then you had started like a couple minutes before that, and then I was like, oh, I don't know. But then I thought, oh, it might be like I have a couple minutes. Maybe it'd be a good idea to try to just do like get some quick website or some local support work in. But then it was like, it's too short a period of time to like. I had the idea that I'm gonna leave no matter what, because the local support meeting is actually scheduled to end at like in halfway through the hour, you know.
Oh, it is okay.
So then I was like, well, okay, so if I end when it's supposed to end, like it never does end at that time, but if I leave when it's supposed to end, then I can still join here and have like a nice amount of time here before the what is it, the meeting? We have a community meeting coming up.
Yeah. What's this for you, Matt? Insiders. Oh, the live share.
Oh,
okay.
Nice. Cool. And the live share thing. Well,
yeah. So in the meantime,
Federico, Matt saw us spying on him, and then we would see him spying on us. So who would be spying on? Who would be like on top?
That's like an infinite loop of spying.
Yeah.
I don't know. I use that word because like Matt's been using spying. I don't think it's really spying, but
no, it's not. Yeah, I mean that's the whole idea of like making it public and sharing the YouTube links is for people to view, not to spy, right?
Yeah. Whoever was watching ours though had the convenience that like I was running a test in the background, and while the tests were running, we're listening to you.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's awesome.
And broadcasting it.
I'm trying to think what I was talking about at the end of like, I was kind of like, I mean, was I talking about the capybara test or was I talking about something else? I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. You had like some extra stuff. Some files have changed or something like that. Yeah, we weren't. Yeah. We weren't like too intently spying on you.
Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, I did. I need to. I don't know. Anyways, good times.
Anyway, I'm serious. I'm sure Joseph is serious. So you should really get on Twitch. You're pretty good at it. I don't know. I don't know if you don't feel that way. I think you obviously do a little bit because you feel confident in, just like broadcasting.
Yeah, broadcasting myself, talking to myself.
Yeah.
It does make me feel a little strange, but
what's that?
It does make me feel a little strange, like.
Yeah.
Because, but yeah, I mean, it's something to think about for sure. I could become famous.
Yeah, you were saying you could have a fan base and yeah, get more famous than you already are.
I know, right?
Yeah. But see, maybe the thing is that you're like broadcasting, but with the thought that, at most it's going to be like 2 or 3 people watching the recording, perhaps, or maybe someone watching live. And it might change when there might actually be, 10 people watching.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I think that maybe I'm broadcasting with the thought that like no one's actually going to watch.
Okay.
The likelihood of someone watching is really low, but like just to actually show that it did happen. Like, it's not that, because like sometimes I think if I'm by myself and then I mean, I guess there's a link, that shows that I started it, but then like, I don't know. I guess like there are some things that like Sam goes back and watch. So sometimes I'll like, talk to him through the video.
Yeah, like the retrospective and
yeah, the retrospective he definitely is too. That's a funny one to drop in different things and see what comes back.
Yeah. So anyway, what are we doing here? Integrated chat. Yeah. So this is where we are here. Yeah, I was just saying that we got caught up. We got the branch caught up. So we're on 89 integrated chat. We did some merging from develop, so it's all up to date. There's a tiny little merge conflict, got that fixed. Yeah, so we left it at adding the button on the home template, index template. So that's here. And so I was just showing that a minute ago. So that's this code here. And so I think right away, one thing I'm going to change is just have someone put in their name, not their. They might get confused if they see username as a placeholder right there. Nice. So I guess I might just try to see what happens, right? If I type in Federico, I was here, send. So it actually reloads. I don't know if you guys notice that. If you saw it spinning, so we don't want that. And I was going to look at the server. So this is what just ran. So it's interesting. I guess we do have. Yeah, so the join. Yeah, okay, so the join function is being called. So if we look at that, that's where is this? So that's in the client side, assets, JS. I think it's still socket. All the way down here. that's being called right there. So this is just to walk. I guess I could see you guys have been working on some like some Node WebSocket stuff. I think you've been using React too, right?
Yeah, we're using the actual like that library WebSocket. I think
It's
Socket
the
IO.
native. It's
It's
the
not
native.
Socket IO.
No, not Socket.io. What, Joseph? The native.
The native WebSocket for browser.
Okay,
Because
from
there is
HTML5.
yeah. I
Yeah,
don't use.
although we should revisit whether we want to keep it that. But yeah, we've been playing around, and we played around with Socket.io and a couple different ones trying to get it to work. So that like running that blocker helped us to be able to like learn a little bit more about WebSockets.
Cool. Yeah, so I guess what I thought I might do is maybe run through a little bit of what's going on here.
Yeah, definitely.
And just look at sort of what happened just now from the server log. But this is client-side stuff. This is importing from Phoenix the socket sort of socket library. This is our constructor here for the connection. We create a new connection. We pass it where our endpoint is going to be, and some options. One of the options is parameters, and we could set the token for that. If we pass it in a token for verification, this will be the token here. So before I do that, actually, I had some notes from a while, from October 1st, our last meeting. And so I think we might not worry about authorization, or authentication is actually what this is, right? Right off the bat, that is not covered in that little tutorial here. I think what we might end up doing is just doing sort of like a round trip with using some of this code here, and actually get like a message sent and message posted, and we'll come back to authentication later and like tokens and all that, which we might end up using. And persisting of the messages, we'll also deal with that later. He does deal with it a little bit here and at the end, and like put some Postgres or something like that. Yeah, so it creates a context, yeah. And the view thing, we're kind of working on that. The simple path, I think we did decide on that. And anything else, history for individual. Yeah, so we'll deal with this later, and the presence thing also later. So I think since it's been a while, I'll walk through a little bit of this code and see how much we can get done. I guess we might go a little bit over since, well, we'll see. Since the AV community talk meeting starts at 30 past the hour, but yeah, so we might go like another, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. So, by the way, this is the endpoint. If we go to our endpoint file, which is, let's see here, close that. Right there, we're telling it, so we got our socket macro. We're telling it that here is where our WebSocket is going to reach out to, and we're going to redirect it to our user socket on the server side. So the server side code is in lib champion1 web channels, and this is, so we're saying user socket, so this is this file here, and so that's where we have one channel here, one topic, and we're redirecting them to the chat rooms channel from there. So back to the client side here, we have that socket. We're passing in a token if we have one from it. We would probably set it on the index file over here. But yeah, let's not do that yet. So then if we go all the way down, past all this stuff, we connect. So we try to connect. Let me close the endpoint now. And we have here our connect. And it's going to automatically connect since we're not doing any authorization. Verification, as they say. So we're going to connect. And then for the channel, here we have that channel. So this is what gets called, and it looks like, Matt, you were disconnected.
Yeah, sorry. I was hearing you though.
Okay. So here is where we're about to join. So we're saying we want to join this channel. First of all, we don't want to like connect to it, or we want to declare what channel here. And so then here's where we try to join. So to join, let's go to our actual channel back in the client, sorry, back in the server. And that's this one here. And it matches that message I just showed here. And we have this join here. Payload socket, we're not doing any authorization now. And so it's going to return this, which is that okay. It matches on that. Okay, it wasn't an error, it's an okay. There's the option for an error here too, we could do. And it just console log joined successfully. So let's actually double check that over here. To make sure that it's saying that. Yeah, joined successfully. And we got some other like debugging code from earlier.
Yeah.
Is background video ran? That's good English. I guess that's a render, name of a render, partial render. And so yeah, we're joined successfully. Okay. So hopefully that's a little bit of a demo of where we are, and then we just added
logging the object as well.
What's that?
It's console logging the object as well.
Yeah, it's
presumably we told it to that.
Yeah, so if we go back, that's this right here.
The response, yeah. Okay.
So yeah, so if we look at it, where is it? Yeah, it's the socket. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we could pass back like a payload too, like this. But anyway, this is the handle in. So if we push from the, if we push a message from the client side, we'll name it. We can name it ping. And handle in will, if it's on this channel, and the event is called ping, handle in will handle that. So I think that's kind of where he leads to next here. So we're going to follow a little bit of this here. Yeah. Did we already add the... Okay, so we actually still haven't done this. Here is where we are. Does anyone want to like create this for us? I'm sorry, I'm just gonna cough for a second.
Yep. New file in our assets./js called water cooler. Do you want to do it, Joseph, or do you need to do it?
I can do it. Sure.
Okay, cool.
Water underscore cooler.
Yes.
So actually,
Cooler.
it won't be water cooler.
Oh yeah.
It'll be like chat rooms. Because if you look, if you look at, so it could be chat underscore rooms. Sorry, like this.
Oh yeah. Because we have the
Yeah, perfect. And so here he creates like an object that he's going to export back into the socket file. And so he calls it like water cooler, I think. Yeah, that water cooler. So we might just call it, chat rooms. And I don't know, I mean, we could copy and paste this and then modify it or type it out little by little. It's kind of up to you guys. No preference.
I mean, normally I prefer copying and pasting and customizing and talking about what the code does as we're going through it.
So maybe let's do like little by little. Okay. Copy and paste.
I think for some reason I think I've gotten kicked out, or it's like,
yeah, disconnected when before.
Yeah, true. I guess that's why I shouldn't. I was plugged into the cable and then I just unplugged it and thinking that it wouldn't make a difference, and it obviously did. Okay, so get rid of this.
I saw Joseph starting to type, so I thought I'd let him do a little bit. I don't know how you feel about this, Joseph or Matt, but he's like not using any semicolons, and that bothers me. Yeah, so let chat rooms. There's the start of the object, and at least he has a comma there. Yeah, so this we can modify. We're gonna call it chat room support. Let me just go somewhere where we have it to copy it directly. Right, so it's doing that same thing. So this is, if we go back to our socket files, we're doing this thing here, but this is like for any, like watch, if we go to like any page, we go to donate, it'll say join successfully. We're not authenticating, and it really doesn't matter where you go. We're still joining successfully. This, actually, we're still not gonna deal with like where you go, but at least we're creating like one socket connection, and no, I'm sorry, we already have the socket connection. We're creating a specific channel for it. Because you can have different channels on one socket connection. So we got that socket channel. We're joining. Then we're gonna call this listen for chats. I guess we'll keep that the same. So from within the init, by the way, we're gonna call over here. Actually, let's go ahead and let's work a little bit backwards. So let's just start like where it's gonna be called from. So I'll do this here. Just put that there. So do you guys want to help me modify that?
Back in.
All right. Yeah, so we're just importing it directly from it's a sibling of socket, and then we're calling that init function and passing in the socket connection that we already created up here. Oops, sorry, way up here.
This is all on the same file though?
No, so we got our socket.js and we got our chat rooms.
Yeah.
So I was I'm sorry, what do you mean by that?
I think like this that you copied and pasted is supposed to be called from the app.js, right? Not
No.
in the chat rooms.js.
Oh yeah, actually. Good catch.
I mean, the app.js is the same, right? Yeah.
Yep, it is.
Then it doesn't matter where we do the init.
I mean, technically we could have done it from the socket file. So if you notice down here, we're exporting the socket.
Yeah.
And then if I open up app, we're importing it right there.
So we could just instead of exporting it and importing it, we could do it directly from the socket.js.
Well, let's just follow what he's doing right there. It's fine. And yeah, so here he imports it, or actually we're importing it. I think this is just like we uncommented this. And looks like you already got that there, the import and the init and passing in socket, which yeah, we export here. And yeah, so I just kind of wanted to show that because I think he shows that at the very end after doing all this. And so this like init might be a little confusing as to what it's doing. But yeah, we're calling it from app.js and passing in socket.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, trying to connect to chat room support. And then and joining. And then we're calling, I guess we'll keep this the same. I can't really think of a better name for that. But that's essentially this next, I was gonna say method, but it's like it's a function.
Mm-hmm.
So let me copy that. And I guess I'll copy all the way to the bottom here. And let's see up here. Chat rooms, yes. Oh, okay, so yeah, I think you added this one there, yeah. So let's see what this is doing. So we're passing in the channel. So we're saying we want to be in the chat rooms channel with the support subtopic. We joined it. We pass it in to here. That'll be important because this is where we actually push up to the server like a new message right there, and handle in will deal with that. So instead of like ping, he has shout. I think we might just say like, I don't know, new message.
So this is something we can customize. We just need to call it the same in each place.
Yeah.
Because like when we were looking at like the different Socket.io and Socket.js and Sock.js and whatever, blah blah blah. Some of them had like, it seemed like they had their own way of describing the event, but I didn't know you could change it. But that was like on Connect and like on connect refused or like different things like that.
Yeah, that's pretty common on the on the client side to have an on handler right there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we'll deal with that. And I just realized that, yeah, we actually do have a shout. But I think I still want to change it.
Yep.
To like new message. The difference here is like this would be like a direct reply. This one here. And it would just reply to the person posting the message.
Mm-hmm.
So here we might like actually provide like a, personalized message or something like that. Thank you for joining or something like that. Or thank you for your message. We'll get to you as soon as we can, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
This one here is if like there's more people in that same chat room, and it'll broadcast it to everyone who's subscribed to it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no like direct reply. It's a broadcast. Excuse me. So let's, I guess, yeah. I guess thinking about it, it makes more sense for it to be a reply, or like our first one. So I think I'll actually change this one. So how are we doing with all this customizing?
Yeah, I mean, that second block has less customization. There's like online 30, 31. We need to, well, I don't know if we need to, because it seems like it's kind of the same as JavaScript, where you can call it whatever you want. And then, but I changed it to chat rooms.
Well, it actually does reflect that, we want to export this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, cool. So yeah, if we could call it whatever we want, but then we have to call it the same, like export the same.
Yeah. And I don't know about you guys, but it's kind of bugging me. No semicolon. I guess the trend is to use less semicolons, I think. But
I mean, it's one of the things that when I first started learning JavaScript, and then I started learning Ruby, and Ruby how I didn't use semicolons. That is like something I really liked about Ruby. But then like I've noticed that like with JavaScript, I'm there putting like semicolons is, and then like sometimes I think Joseph only puts them if you need to put them, but then like I don't know enough to know when you need to and when you don't need to, so I just kind of try to put them everywhere.
I don't know. I think I'm just like used to them, and it just like seems weird for them to not be there. So this one here.
On line 21, I changed the new message from shouts as well. I think that's correct, because like this is like pushing it, and this is like on receiving it, right?
Yeah. So that's actually, if we look at, let's see if we go back here. So this will be the broadcast. So if we have like a broadcast.
Yeah. But like that's different than like a personal message, right? Like we're calling the personal messages that you can reply to a new message.
Yeah, because yeah. Yeah, so we have to think about that a little bit, because we do want to post, what we're doing here is like posting that message to the to everyone's. So supposedly if it's like the water cooler, it's like to everyone who's at the water cooler, right? That's not exactly what we're doing. I guess I might change my mind just one more time, I guess, to go with it a little bit, just to do that first round trip.
Yeah.
And so we might call it, I guess we might call it the same. It's okay. But this could be, new message broadcast. I guess just to differentiate, we might do that. So it's a little more clear. So do we have all the semicolons? No, we got.
Semicolons. So you use it's the same, like you use the backticks and like this for variables, huh? It's like this is the same as you do in JavaScript or in React at least.
Well, that it's like an ES6 and ES6 plus feature. They're called template strings.
They're called what? What?
Template strings.
Template strings. Nice.
Yeah, template. Yeah, and so they're used in React too. So let's see. Do we have? So I guess let's walk through this. So this, if you guys notice that reload, so this will prevent that reload on the submit because we're listening to the chat form. Let me go back here. So this is our chat form here, and yeah, so we're getting that element, the form, listening to its submit event. When there's a submit, we call this callback function, which is this whole thing here. It's all of it, and that's what prevents the reload. Here we are picking up the value from our username, the actual message. Then we're pushing it up to the server, and that's the payload. That's the name of the event. So yeah, just again, that'll be this one here. And immediately we're broadcasting the whole thing. So, and this just resets it to blank. And so this is that payload that I just mentioned right here. It's being broadcast right there. And we are getting our chat box here. Where is it? We don't have it. So we need to add that too. So let's go back up here. It's not a water cooler, but the I don't know, chat support. And I'll just, I guess, do that for now. Do that.
It's just like an intuitive where it's gonna post the messages to.
Yeah. So we're selecting it, creating a paragraph element, and then here is where we post it with all this. That all looks fine. So I think
I feel like I mean, I might be wrong. I feel like that new message and new message broadcast kind of need to be the same, because it's like you're saying, like when you push up a message, then when the client receives that message to post it.
You mean the server?
Yeah. Well, like when the client receives it from the server.
Right. So here's where we immediately send it back. So we're calling it new message broadcast.
Okay. Just so because you've renamed it there, then it will. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. This is where back at the client.
Yeah.
Everyone who's on that channel, subscribed to it, joined it. We'll listen to this.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
So the important part is that it's named the same when it's broadcast from the server and when it's like receiving it the clients receiving it, and not like you can have the push and the on in the client side named differently as long as they relate to what it's named in the on server side.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and they're kind of related, so that's why I went. But just to differentiate, because otherwise, yeah. So I guess essentially that did end up making a difference because it was a little bit confusing, but I think we clarified.
Yeah.
So I think I got everything saved. Let's just take a look. Oh, we got an error. Let's see. 42. Let me just reload, see what happens. So let me go back to the index. Join successfully. And I'll just try that again, Federico. I'm hoping this will be broadcasted. By the way, here's our chat support. Really great styling. And then let's see what happens. Oh,
hey.
check it out.
And no refresh.
Where we might double check that is if we open like another. So I'll just go like to Google and oh, no. So this over here is Opera. Yeah, I guess I could show both of these.
Oh, nice.
Okay, I guess I could do this too.
You can say, "Hey, Federico, heard you loud and clear."
No,
Actually, not really, because this doesn't have doesn't have a get request for the other messages that have already been sent. It's only like, yeah, it's real time. Like if the person's joined when you send the message, then they see it. If they don't, if not, then they don't.
Yeah, because it's something that you could do. Like, so we just joined this channel over here. Like, let's say this is you, Matt, on Chrome. Something that we could have done on join is loaded all the messages, all the previous messages on there. What we might eventually do is like pull them out. So if this is like a specific person is, specifically Matt, what we might end up doing is pulling the previous conversations from the database from like, a week ago or something.
Yeah.
And load them up on here. Yeah, if it's just like sort of a one-on-one chat support thing. But yeah, since we're not doing any of that, you're not seeing this over here, the Federico. I'm hoping, yeah. So if I just
your expectation is that when you send this message from me, that you're gonna see it in both places.
Exactly. And here I'll just say like, hey, Federico, really want to start twitching. Twitch broadcasting. And you help. And here we go. Nice.
Ooh.
Okay.
Nice.
I think that's a good ending point since we're, yeah. How do you guys feel?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, I can carry on for a little bit longer, but also I don't mind if we end there. That's a really good place maybe to. I mean, I'm not sure. I haven't skimmed ahead to see what exactly is next.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
I
that's
think
like adding contexts and migrating the database and doing that kind of stuff maybe is a good place to start next time. I don't know.
yeah. So I
It's
think
like
we will.
ideally,
Go ahead.
I'd say ideally, like, you know, maybe somebody else will join us and we can kind of like show, hey, this is the point we've gotten up to. We can send messages back and forth, and then kind of move on to going forward.
Yeah, and what we might do. No, never mind. I was gonna say what we might do is actually push this up to staging, and then really do it like remotely. But we don't even have a PR for this, so maybe not. We'll think about it, but maybe not. Yeah, so I will push up these changes, and
It's really nice because, like, if I remember correctly, like, because I think I was there when I think you and I and maybe Ryder and was there as well. Started this, like, it kind of like if I remember correctly, a lot of this stuff we didn't write ourselves. It was just kind of generated through the command line, wasn't it?
yeah, so we did a command which was similar. I think it's here. Yeah. So we use this channel generator to create like some of the test and the actual channel functions. We called it, like chat rooms. And so that was, yeah, so that generated like this, specifically like this here, all these right here. Because the other stuff is like boilerplate in Phoenix. If I go back to like channels like the user socket, so this is boilerplate. All we did here was modify this.
5, yeah.
Because you actually have to physically modify that. And so
But
we
like
did that after we generated it. What's that?
Line 7, 8, and 9 are that was already there.
Yeah.
Like in place, just in case you want to use them.
Yeah, and like all this stuff was already there too. The only thing you have to do in a brand new Phoenix app is go to app.js and uncomment this line here. So this is usually commented out. So when you uncomment it, it sort of enables WebSockets for your app. Yeah, and this is from background video stuff. Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's see here. Yeah, so I'll push up here in a minute, but I'll just wrap up. So glad we finally got to schedule a meeting here for the chat room, and we made some progress. We actually got it working, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks Joseph, thanks Matt.
Yeah,
we might try to do this next week. We might have to reschedule. I'm not sure. We'll see.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Sounds good.
All right, bye.